Oh, and I think we are live. Hi, and how are you all doing? Um, I'm actually gone back to using StreamYard just for tonight because I've just got so much going on that the other platform is being used for something else. So just thought I would quickly pop on and have a quick chat before I go on. I've got some phone calls I need to make tonight or some video calls that I have to do to help other people. And but I just thought I would actually put on and contact with everybody. So there's people coming on. Hello, how are you doing? Now then, hi, how are you doing? Just remember as well when you're on Facebook, when you come in, unless you've actually logged into StreamYard, it just says Facebook users. But whoever it is, hi, how are you doing? So good to see you. All right. So this is going out on YouTube, Twitter, as well as Facebook. Now, like I say, I've got like some video calls that I need to do. I'm trying to help some people with some court cases that we have and various court appearances. So I'm busy working with that. But, I still want to keep pushing our new platform as well because we're moving away from, I don't want to be tied in with the Facebook group too much, but I also want to get away from normal websites and move on to this social platform, if that's what you want to call it, which is that it's called School, SKOOL, but the checkmate the matrix.com. Although, well, it is a .com. But hi, how you doing? Shoes of Joshua Ben. So some previous Joshua, how are you doing? Nice to see you on there. Now, the reason why I want to talk about that program is we are offering a lot more than we were on the old platform because I'm trying to help people. Now, the way that it's actually been designed now, we've actually got what they call special classrooms. And I wonder if I can share my screen. Let me have a look and see if I can do that. Let's get this. I know I can on the other one, so I probably can on here. Let's just get this up and go on to checkmate the matrix. All right, let's have a look. I'll come back into StreamYard and see if I can share. Oh, hey, Mark, how are you doing? How's your motorhome doing as well? How's that scenario been working out for you? Fingers crossed, all quiet on the that front. So been a while since I've actually been on here. Let's have a look. Present, I think, is share. So share screen. Yeah, it will let me share the screen. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to share this checkmate the matrix. Okay. So if I click on there and then share, there we go. So this is our new platform. So if you look at it, going down, look, it's very much like a social platform where you can make posts and everyone can chat with each other. However, the good thing is that this is 100% private. Only the members can see this. There is no fact checkers. Well, except me. This is 100% private. Okay, so there's like no going on and having like Facebook block you or X block you, it's called now, isn't it? Instead of Twitter and all of that. So look, we have the community part. Okay, now if we come into the calendar and you'll see on the top calendar here where we've actually got this marked out 7:30 p.m. every Thursday, we have our PMA meeting. This meeting's now we're really concentrating on how to study equity. The next meeting, we're also going to add it all on. It's going to be a Tuesday or a Wednesday. We're not 100% sure yet. And that is going to be talking about, business creation. Okay, business creation. Now, let's go into the classrooms. Now, on the classrooms bit here, this is where it gets even more interesting. So we have a class here. This is on draft. It's not open yet. This is all about mindset, about positivity, about spirituality, about being you as a being, as a soul. Now, on this part here, this is about outmaneuver the matrix with money manifestation. I'm not going to go into that too much right now, but then we have the next part, which is checkmate the matrix with equity. It's showing you how to use equity to actually beat the matrix, outmaneuver the matrix, and win in either paperwork or even a court of law. Then on this part here, this is our private trust creation. So on here, the outmaneuver the matrix with money manifestation, we are going to show you ways of creating an income, of creating an online income. And you really need to start concentrating on how to create an online income now. The world is changing so fast. They are trying to shut things down. I'm telling you, start maneuvering and playing chess with the matrix or you're going to lose. But on here, once you start creating that wealth, we're going to show you how to protect that wealth with private trust and creation, private trust creation for asset protection. And then the next part, if you look at this one, this is really good fun. I'll click on this one. I'll open it up for you. This is our self-protection. This is the ACE self-protection program. ACE stands for aware, control, escape. And there's many, many different modules. Look, so if you click on the video, it shows you the video. And it goes on in the introduction, etc. Look how many modules there are. This is an extremely powerful, exciting self-defense program. Okay, so very, very interesting. Now we also have the debt smash and fiat currency. This year is telling you all about how to get rid of debts, although the equity side will be even more powerful once we've got that fully up and running. We're actually doing it as live training every week. And then here we record everything and we keep it all in this one on the recorded PMA meetings. So you'll never, ever miss it, an opportunity to learn more. This is our new program. Checkmate the matrix. All right. So what I've done is I'm going to come back into, I'll stop sharing and come back in there. All right, cool. So you've got that going. Still got it anyway, at least there, Mark. Good for you. Now I'm just going to quickly make sure that I have. And I'm going to put it in the chat for you. And that there, right, that is the actual link to go on and you get a free trial. So if you actually go on there, okay, not only can you go and check it all out, but you can actually get it free for a week. So you can see all of the nothing is held back from you. Whatever is published and ready to go, you can actually go in and be visiting and seeing it all straight away. You know, so you can actually see everything straight away. Oh, Dorian, you got one. Good to see you, man. Hope it's all cool. All right, so like check that out. Go on to there, checkmatethematrix.com, free trial, and then you can actually see the whole brand new platform that we've created. Now, again, it's all about trying to help people, but it's about trying to help people to help themselves. You cannot expect everybody to go and run around and do everything for you. A lot of people, especially on the Facebook group, are just like they want everything given to them and handheld, and then have, oh, I need a template for this, I need a template for that, I need a template for the next thing. You have to be sovereign. You have to be sovereign. So if you have to be sovereign, you have to stand up for yourself. Now you can learn things and study things and then create your own paperwork, let's call it. You don't need templates. You shouldn't have templates. So when we're doing these equity courses, right, now we've studied it for a long time. Now, like I've actually done about 3 courses now on different courses with different people, and they've all been very different. They've all had a different attitude to it, which has kind of been good for me. But you know, the thing is, the right, the because they had a different attitude and a different point of view on it, it's made me study it with all of them to create my point of view as well and be able to pass that on in a way that it's going to help a lot of different people. If you're looking for remedy, right? If you've got problems with anything, like forget like recurring bills. You can't close down an account for a recurring bill. But if you've got court fines, if you've got criminal charges against you, right? If you have debts that are piling up against you, you can discharge and get rid of them all with equity if you do it correctly and you stand in honor while you're doing it. There has to be a correct method of doing it. Okay, so we've got the course to actually help you learn how to do that in checkmatethematrix.com. So go and check it out and you will see it's very, very interesting. Let's have a look what's going on. So Dorian, did you watch the Tate Brothers with Piers? I presume you mean Prick Morgan. I haven't watched it, no, but I mean, I probably will because I do follow Andrew Tate. I do his course. I'm really getting involved in his cryptocurrency or Bitcoin course. Not he doesn't do it, but he's got experts that run it for him. So, you know, I'll probably catch up on that later. But Morgan, you know, I find it hard to watch because I detest the essence of him. He's, you know, supporting the murder of innocent little children, and always has on every single war that's ever happened. So, but you know, so what was it like then? What happened? Anything interesting? Because they're good, you know. Both of them can actually talk and put a good story out, you know. That's not right. I don't mean that in a bad way. They can stand up for themselves and they can put the points across correctly. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll probably catch up with it and have a good look and see what's going on. So if you get a chance, I'll Google it anyway, but send me a link. Pierre's got his back up. Like Pierre's got angry. Yeah, well, probably didn't make enough money, like by murdering some little children in that week. You know, didn't support it and get money for all of the. You know, if you look at what's going on in the world right now about all of the money that's being made by the wars and murder from innocent, well, everyone's innocent, men, women, and children. You know, and he makes a fortune from all of that, so he probably didn't make enough. Hey, Joan, how you doing? From Canada, excellent. Whereabouts in Canada is that then, Joan? Kind of big place. Andrew got angry. I wish he had hit him. Although that would have kind of been playing into NS. Nova Scotia. Is that what that means, Nova Scotia? Trying to think. We've got quite a few members from Canada. British Columbia. Got some from British Columbia. I think what the others were. Pardon me. Oh, interesting then. So like Andrew Tate getting angry at Piers Morgan. So why did he actually get angry at Piers Morgan? What was the points that he actually got angry at and brought it up? Yes, it is, Joan, Nova Scotia. Great to know. So I'd love to go over there, but well, let's just say before 2020, I would have liked to have gone over there. I had an uncle lived there since when did all the war settle down? Second World War, probably in the early 50s. He went over to Canada, but I mean now, like I've never spoke to a single member of any of my like blood relations, if you want to call them that, family since 2012. So long time ago. Yeah, you see, that's what they always try and do. Isn't it ridiculous? You know, they actually try all of these talking heads like, you know, Piers Morgan, the dirty scumbag. They try and get you to take sides, you know, and call one or the other side's terrorists. Not that I want to get into that on on here, because you know, I'm not going to be on a massive amount of time, because we do have some calls, you know, to do with helping with court cases and stuff, especially tonight. But yeah, you know, if I don't watch television whatsoever, haven't got a television aerial, haven't got a satellite dish, haven't got anything like that whatsoever. But you know, I do get sent lots of clips. People like to send me the clips. It's just disgusting, and they're always trying to make points. And like the thing is, though, you know, I mean, everything that's going on, these are all people's lives, like children's lives that are getting taken away from them because of money, you know. Can I see a comment? I can see it on here. This one, right? I can see a comment on here, but I can't see it on Facebook, because we're not. Although we're streaming to Facebook, I can't see it on Facebook. I can only see it on here. Does that make sense? So if you said anything on Facebook, it's supposed to come on here, by the way. But you know, apart from that, hi Lee. All right, so Lee's actually put. I'm going to put that up so everybody can see that. So he's put there. Does equity law supersede civil law? Equity law supersedes everything. However, in Portugal, I deal with a lot of people in Portugal. I've got a few members in Portugal, and when you're dealing, depends on what you're talking about. So if you were talking about having a private trust, then the private trust must get recognised, because Portugal is part of the EU, and all of the EU under the Hague Convention on Trust has accepted that they must follow the English trust law or UK trust law. So if you're talking about trusts, equity on trust side, then yes. If you're talking about how you would follow the money and how you could discharge charges, be it criminal charges, money charges, debt charges, that type of thing, tax bills, I would definitely try it. But if you see where I'm coming from, because I'll tell you what, I'll just take that off, because it just say, for instance, either in the UK, Australia, it is Commonwealth countries, but also common law jurisdictions. Then they have the two separate jurisdictions, which is equity and common law, and they are both. If you talk, okay, so you just I'll finish my point, and then I'll explain yours as well, then Lee. So if you're talking about that where it's split, then the we can discharge any charge, right? And I mean criminal charge, the debt charge, a fine, you know, court charge, anything like that, tax bills, we can discharge it using equity, okay? Because equity comprehends the fact that there is no lawful money. We have lost money and gone to fiat currency, all right? But when you're talking about just so on private trusts, then by what do you call them? The Portugal are in the EU, so therefore the EU has stated under the Hague Convention, anyone part of the EU must follow the UK trust law. They just adopted that trust law because it's the most ancient trust law coming under equity jurisdiction in history in the world. So they all follow it now, and they can't deny it. Now, just as a point, Spain themselves detest trusts. If you try and create a trust in Spain, any type, discretionary, public, private, they will try and their best to crush you and put you in prison and do lots of nasty things. But they can't do it once you actually bring up the Hague Convention and say, well, let's go to the Strasbourg court, because that is what will be upholding your trust. And they obviously can't do that, you know. So where that goes. Zoran, hello there, and hi back to you as well. Nice to see you on here. So hopefully that answers your question, Lee. For sure, if you're going up, I would create the trust now before you go, Lee. Create it here, create it in the UK, and then when you go over, do a memorandum, and you just write it out. A memorandum when you go and you live in there, and you know, you take it with you and say, like, now we're changing the property, the address, and blah blah blah. You know, but yeah, nice place, Portugal. We actually had some people I was talking to a couple of years ago, and they actually took out a bounce. Is it called a bounce back loan, or was it one of them 50 grand loans for their business? Right, they had all they had was an online business, and the when they'd got it, they sold the property in the UK, took the 50 grand loan as well, put it together, moved to Portugal, closed everything down in the UK, and bought land and just live off grid in Portugal. Absolutely fantastic. No problem, Lee. Good question as well. But yeah, let's go back. So we'll check that out then, Dorian, and see what the old idiot had to say. But you know, if you get the chance, go and have a look. You've got to put in checkmatethematrix.com/free trial, because we are giving you like a free week to go and have a look. And you can go and have a look at everything that's open. Everything that is open to all of the full members is also open to anybody that goes and has a look. All right, we're not hiding anything. And you know, even the people that go and we've had people come in and have a look at it, and it's not for them or whatever, then you know it's not a problem in leaving. One of the main reasons why, if I get rid of this now, hide that comment, and then let's go back to sharing my screen. How did I do it again? That's it there. Share screen. Okay. One of the main reasons why I did this, and I'll just open this one up. I've only got a few different things in. We've got the videos in, and this is all the content. This here is about how to actually create an online business. Now, one of the businesses I'm telling you now, we've created on there, okay, costs you literally zero to get started. Right now, I've seen tons and tons of businesses, sorry, not bit like offers, and go on and say, "Oh, we'll show you how to actually create an income," and you have to pay 2, 3, 4 grand, 10 grand. I've seen some of them before they show you how to actually create a program, and it'll be, you know, Amazon FBA or e-commerce. And the thing is, with all of that kind of stuff, you have to go and spend 10, 12, 15, 20 grand worth of products before you can actually create the business to sell it. And if you don't sell the product, you're stuck with it all. I did Facebook FBA for quite a while, but it was different for me because I was running a martial arts gym. So I had a lot of martial arts equipment that I was actually using and selling via my gym. So I could put it up on Facebook, and if it didn't sell, it was always in there for the gym. So it was different, but I would have never risked going and starting an FBA and buying up all of that equipment, you know, or goods and everything. You know, but this one that we've actually just built, and there's videos in there, and I guarantee you that you can create, and I've got friends now, right, through these courses that I've actually been on myself, studied myself as well, not just sort of creating my own. These people are actually making anywhere from between $10,000 and $20,000, because it's all in dollars, a month, and it didn't cost them a penny to start, right? And not only, I mean, it's not all about money, right? But who enjoys, right, struggling for everything? Now, everybody should have their own business. And if you don't start looking at now, in this day and age where they are trying to wipe out through AI all of the middle class jobs, all of the little bit better jobs, right? They are going to be gone. Anything that takes a little bit of, you know, like a little bit of intellectual skill or knowledge, they can wipe out those jobs with AI, and it's going to happen. And so we need to be like reskilling ourselves. So I can show you a way where you can actually be making a good income from these online sources. You need no skill, you need no experience, you need no expertise whatsoever. All you need is you being you, and it costs you nothing. And I mean nothing, not one penny, to actually start it. You don't need to buy anything, you don't need to sell anything. You don't need to actually like go and get like resources from anywhere. You don't need to join software products like autoresponders, and they don't need to get like funnel like website builders. You don't need anything. You literally have to pay nothing to actually get these businesses created. And I have contacts that have been on the same courses with me. Then we talk with each other, and I can't believe it, because these are kids in school. All right, they're 15 and 16, but they're still kids. They're making more money than their teachers. 15 and 16-year-old children, still children, no matter which way you look at it, they're making more money than the teachers. Do you think they're ever going to go and do the jobs that I did when I left school at 16? Right? I was like, joined the Royal Navy, thought it was a life of luxury, not a life of luxury, thought it was going to be exciting and everything. And I was scrubbing floors and cleaning toilets and painting walls, metal walls, so that as soon as I finished painting it, I could chip it all off again, start again. You know, it was about as glamorous as watching paint dry, and that's what I was doing a lot of the time. Yeah, I'm totally agree with you there, Joshua. I you know, absolutely disgusting. He's not a man either, really, is he? You know, he's just one of them talking heads that went through the whole Charlie nonsense since 2020, talking, telling. Every time he speaks, he makes fortunes from the government, right? He's a complete and 100% government shell. You know, I mean, everything that he's ever done is just purely like a financial gain for him. Completely sold his soul. Well, we all have a soul, but just like he gave his away before he actually got born. You know, yeah. So, you know, like I say, it's very important that we actually start looking at ways to protect ourselves financially, as well as like physically. That's why we have the self-defense course on there. All right, I can show you ways of turning a pen. You can have a pen there, you know, show you how to defend yourself ridiculously with a pen, even a little pen like that. But also the psychology of how to be able to treat yourself like the VIP that you are, because you are the VIP, and we'll show you how ways of you can actually be looking after yourself as you being the paid close protection professional to look after the VIP, which is you. And that's all in that psychology of the self-defense, where you can actually learn how to like recognize all of the different attributes of what an assailant would be doing before they actually did anything, because they all interview you. Did you know that if anyone was going to actually do anything and attack you, you know, very rarely is there a madman hiding in a bush waiting to jump out on a passerby. Usually it's somebody who will give you an interview, and they will interview you to make sure you're the correct applicant that they can actually attack. And that could be for anything, like from assault, robbery to rape. Okay. And we teach the psychology how to recognize that. Very, very interesting stuff. So, you know, like I say, I mean, it probably does happen. There probably is the odd lunatic that's hiding in a bush waiting to jump out, but not very rarely. 99.99999% of attacks, they don't come always from people you know, but even if it's like once you've bumped into them, they will interview you. They'll actually decide, and it depends on your answers and your actions, how far it goes. I'll show you, or we teach you ways on how to stop it before it gets to a physical altercation, because you put them off. You tell them you're not the correct applicant for the job by your actions, by your words, by your eyes, by your tone of voice, by your physical presence. And you will lose the job of being the attacked one. Okay, let's have a look. So what we got? Let's see, what's this say? I want to do those online, make income for free. I've spent hours on searching these online, make money, and lost money. Me as well. All right. Yeah. And I'm telling you now, like, okay, what we've got and we've shown, right? It does take, when it says it's completely and utterly for free, you have to buy nothing. And you have to have no software, you have to have no products, you don't have your own product that you need to sell. You just have to do what I'm showing you, and you do what I'm showing you, and you do it like consistently. You can't have a little dabble at it. All right, you have to do it. And like this guy, I mean, there's two of them that I know that I've spoken to. One of them, I don't know, he's about like he probably, his oldest is 30, and he's making now 20 grand a month, $20,000 a month. And the other one that's at school, he's English. Okay. And well, he's making way more than that. Let's have a look. What does that say? Digital currency incoming. What is the best avenue to pursue? Well, what I'm doing, I can only tell you what I'm doing. I don't know if it's the best or not, right? But what we're doing is we're just trying very hard to learn how to be decentralized as much as possible. So I'm studying under a few, plus I've got some good friends that are helping me. That's all I can really say. But I do not try it. Do not leave any money in a bank account. If you have any money in a bank account, make sure it's just enough to cover the next month's bills. Don't let money in the bank. You do know as soon as you deposit, there's no legal word for deposit. Did you know that? Once you've put that money in the bank, it is the bank's money, not yours. And they do not have to give you it back. There's no legal reason why they have to return that money because you gave them it. Did you know that? Right. So be very careful about putting any money in a bank, and any money that is in a bank, because I know you get paid in the bank, get it out as soon as possible. Even if you turn it into what do you call it? Cryptocurrency, but on what they call stable coins, which is like the US dollar, but stable. So it doesn't go up and down and you won't lose it. But even if I did lose it, I'd rather have lost it in there than the bank took it. I mean, hopefully you comprehend what I mean by that, Okay. So then, Brettneck Valley van, finally caught alive. Cool, great to see you here anyway. Well, private banks, right, let's put that one up there. Private banks, the only private banks I know, you have to have about like 4 or 5 million to put into a private bank before. So if you've got 4 or 5 million, you can put into a private bank, it'll probably be fine. What's his name? Farage, he recently had his argument with the private bank. But apart from that, I don't really think I'm going to have any ability to deal with a private bank right now. But I wouldn't leave any money in a bank anytime. Let's have a look. All right. So I'm going to put this up. Digital is their money and belongs to the corporation. Okay, then, Joan, right? So I don't mean this rude in any way whatsoever, but what is fiat currency? Fiat currency belongs to the one that creates it. Who creates the fiat currency? The only one that creates the fiat currency, right, is it's called the Rothschild banking cartel, the biggest corporation in the world, which actually owns BlackRock's or State Street and Vanguard. Okay, so they are the ones that actually own the fiat currency. So the only way you're so stay away from digital because somebody might own it. If you have your own keys, then you can take control of your own money. There's other people that are actually creating it. But fiat currency was created by the Rothschilds banking system, the cartel that owns everything, including all of the other corporations. So the like you are literally whatever you have, you've given to them. Like fiat currency, all right, has got to be the most dangerous way of having any kind of currency that exists today. No, I'm definitely not saying that fiat currency is safe in a private bank. What I'm saying is, if you can afford to involve yourself in a private bank, you're probably on the level of others that are not of our ilk. I mean, I shouldn't say that because anybody could come on here, but I haven't got £5 million. I do know that. I don't know what the level is before you can get into private banks. They did throw Nigel Farage out, didn't they? It could have been just for his attitude, but you know, when you get to certain levels, it depends on what level you get to. I do believe that you can get to a level that you're on the same as them, where you will have a little bit of power. But you know, I'm definitely not saying that money or fiat. Sorry, it's not fiat money anyway. It's fiat currency. Money. The only true money is gold and silver, or precious metals. Let's say. Apart from that, then fiat currency. I'm definitely not saying it's safe if it's in a private bank, but safer than if it's with Barclays. But no, I'm not. Literally, I don't care if it's a private bank. I know, done a few courses with this guy. He's a multi-millionaire. I mean, multi-millionaire. And he will only keep the money in the bank, right, enough to pay him 2 months' bills. And he's like, I mean, his is hundreds of thousands that go out because he's got businesses and everything. And he's still not leave any money in a bank. So I'd rather be listening to him. Okay. Oh, sorry, everything's getting hidden now. Let's have a look. Well, the thing is, like I'm telling you now, right? I always agree with everybody. Buy precious metals, gold and silver. Listen to people like Robert Kiyosaki and Mike Maloney. Get involved in gold and silver. That is the only real money that there is. Even crypto is cryptocurrency, so it's just a different type of currency. However, I do believe that there's going to be cryptocurrency is going to continue when the fiat currency changes. The fiat currency will change to a digital currency. How it'll tie in with the crypto, no one knows until they've done it. They've done it already. They have done it, but they're just not telling us yet. You know, so yeah. There we go, bartering, 100%. And that's why you need the gold and silver, because if it gets to that, what are you going to barter with? Gold and silver or food? Yeah? Excuse the pun. Oh, I missed that one. I was trying to put that one on. No money is safe in any bank. What is a bank? Okay, bank. Banks of the river. All right, that is why they call it a bank. The river bank, leading it all to the sea. The holy sea. So all the currency flows down the river to the sea to the Vatican. No, I don't suppose anybody would, but you know, if I tell you, if I had 5 million, I won't be sitting here talking, having a beer on YouTube either. You know what I mean? Probably be doing something else. That is it, Mike. How you doing? Good to see you on here. Be your own bank. That's what it's all about. That is why we're saying put it into crypto, or your version of crypto anyway. We need to do a little bit more explanation for that, mate, really, to try and help people get their head around it a little bit, you know. But when you can come on and understand and use and utilize decentralized exchanges, and move off and go on to having your own wallets, runs the river, exactly. And that one as well, gold and silver. That's what I've always said, gold and silver. I'll always be on crypto, but gold and silver I'll have as a backup. It's an interesting point, John. So we say that we need to come together and help each other and stop being in their world. It would soon fall. 100% it would soon fall. Unfortunately, it never will, because no one will ever get together, because they are always doing divide and conquer. Look at it now, right? We're great. We're chatting. We can all have a sensible chat together. But you've got, too many people that have been smashed by their reduced pineal gland, ridiculously poisoned by the air, the food, the water. So they've got no critical thinking. They've been indoctrinated by school, and if they were even worse, they went to sixth form, then to college, then to university, then they've come out and they've got about as much common sense as the peanut. So they say and do whatever the government tell them to say and do. And if it means hate you because you've got a different opinion, they will hate you because you've got a different opinion. They will put up the flag of the day, be it like the Ukraine one or whatever flag they want to fly, and they'll do whatever they're told to do. It is what it is. So yeah, I 100% agree. Unfortunately, I also know I used to actually catch cod, and I was also in the Fishery Protection Squadron for cod. I don't really think that's what you mean, but I just thought I would say that. You will have soon. What does that make? Is that the 5 million or my own bank? Which one is that? I'll have the 5 million, and then these other people are asking what would I do with it. And, I don't really know, but I'd make sure I wasn't giving it to anybody like what do you call him? What you just said, Piers Morgan or Boris Johnson. That's for sure. Wouldn't even give it to Andrew Tate either. Like I say there, if I had 5 million, what would I do? I would just make sure that no one could take it, like I say, like Boris Johnson and all that. I have very small sort of like I don't have a lot of needs. I don't buy anything, so I would never buy anything. And if I got given $5 million, I wouldn't spend it. I would just, what I mean. I wouldn't go out, oh, I want a yacht, I want a car, I want this. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. There you go. Yeah, it is what it is. Very interesting. But I like this one as well, though, because we need to. It is a term, and it is one of those things. And I tell you what it is, right? And what makes saying there as well. We don't want to miss the train leaving. It's gonna leave very soon. Mike, let me know what you think about that. It's going to leave. I mean, it's going to. Do you know what it is? It's designed and manipulated, and so it should be, or else nobody can make money. But it's going to go stop, start, stop, start over the next period, right? And putting people off and scaring people. But when it hits that track, right, it's going to the moon like never before. But it also, right, might be the last time it ever happens. You know, so you know, and there you go. It's just another form of exchange, value exchange. Okay, and you shouldn't be relying on one. Good, interesting topics of conversation. All right, I'll put this on because somebody's saying I'm good. Was a recording? There was a recording. What I'll do is I'll send it out. I'll send the recording out to people. But there was a recording. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And that's what we are, completely surrounded by sheep. That's an interesting thing to say, Matthew. Let's have a look at that one. It's harder to divide and conquer over common principles. But what would that entail then? I mean, divide and conquer has always defeated everybody from the creation of time. Or let's just say, like, you know, through let's call it recent history over the last 10,000 years. Divide and conquer has actually beaten everything and everybody, and it's always been the snidiness and the nastiness that's always like been able to infiltrate and absolutely like defeat an enemy. There's always been divide and conquer, and an enemy, right? Let's just say that it was. Let's go back. Let's say like the against Troy, you know. So like the Greeks were. I know they're all, but you know what I mean. How it worked. So they were going against Troy. That's definitely the ones in Troy had a common principle, didn't they? They didn't want to be beaten or want to be like murdered and conquered and that, but they got divided and conquered. So how would we do that then? How would we stop getting divided and conquered just because of a common principle? Because we do have a common principle. Here, we definitely have a common principle. You know, and it seems to me the more actual control that these psychopaths put on us, the more people ask for it. You know, there's only a few houses in this actual little cul-de-sac where we are. All these people would love to be more controlled. It's insanity. Where we're going. This is good. All right, I'll tell you what, I'll put that up there and Mike can give us a word. Because I don't know, you can give us that. But I do agree with that. Trusts, private trusts and crypto, that's the ultimate defense. If you want to protect yourself, then this is what you have to do. Get yourself into cryptocurrency, get yourself on your own banking, your own wallets, not on exchanges, your keys. If you haven't got your keys, not your crypto. And then get everything in a private trust. What does that say there? If the ones who are aware of all and got together, if the ones who are aware of all and got together, the world would follow. Just a suggestion, an idea. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It'd be nice if it happened. It was an absolutely beautiful idea. Thank you for that. Ooh, here's a good one. Do you think that when the change happens from fake to crypto, will the price of metals rise considerably? Everyone else should answer that. What do you think? My opinion, right, is that gold and silver is going to fly through the roof. And, you know, there's a few different reasons you got to remember. And I've done some videos on this before. And I'm talking about the BRICS nations and how the BRICS nations are going in, and it appears as if they're trying to crush the dollar. This is all a pantomime. They already know what's going to happen. Both sides are owned by the same group above them. Okay, so you've got like Putin and all of them, and they are trying to fight the dollar, but because they're told to, because they've agreed it with the other side, Biden, which isn't Biden, it's just like some dead man walking who's controlled from above, right? The above, they've all got the say so on what they have to do. Okay, so the whole thing is about how do we bring the entire planet down with their fiat currency, okay? Then turn it into digital so we can control it, or try harder to control it. So all of it is a pantomime. It's all just set up and it's an imagination. But what will happen on the outskirts? And also, you've got to remember that other people are going to be making fortunes out of this, that they've already planned to make fortunes out of this. So yeah, and because of that, I do think that the precious metals, gold and silver, will explode. Yes, you can secure your crypto in your trust. What that means is, if you do it correctly and you do it like I teach, then it will be in there and protected and tax-free. If you do it the way I teach. What's up? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll get you that recording for the rest of it, and for sure. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it as well. Oh yeah, exactly. So there you go. Race, religion, time, and crime. None of it exists, right? Now, race. Well, you need to study back sort of like a little bit more, but like religion, that's all made up, isn't it? You know, I mean, like all you have to do back is you need to really go back and study the history, and the true history is going into really, right, going into like the Anunnaki and going into the construct of the religions, where they actually just literally created them so that they could control man and woman, and that's it. You know, there's I was brought up as a Catholic. It was horrible. Yeah, and that'll be about the trust, won't it? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's on steroids, isn't it? You know, absolutely on steroids. Crazy. And happening more now than ever. That's a good one. Yeah, well, that as well. But then again, so John, like we play different frequencies all the time. You know, we don't play radio music, we don't watch television, and we don't. But we have different frequencies. We're always like putting the frequencies on that help heal and help and build up the pineal gland and help get rid of like disease or parasites in the body and things like that. So, you know, we always play in different frequencies. But you're correct, 100%. Sure. Yeah, we'll get something sorted with Mike about like doing that. We've been meaning to do it, but you know, I know Mike, you know, you've been extremely busy and all that grief and stuff, everything happening. And it's just one of them things, you know, life has a way of getting in front of you, but we will sort something out and we will be doing something, you know, when we need to do it anyway. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That's interesting as well. The electric car scam with them. Why will it end though? Do you think it'll end in a good way or a bad way or what? You know, I'm walked down here, right? I live in a very small village, but there's still a lot of cars comparison. Now we've only got in this village 2 electric points, and they're all by a pub. it's about, I don't know, half a mile up that way for a walk, and in the middle of nowhere as well. There's no houses really next to it or anything like that, and that's it. I think, well, how on earth are you meant to like charge all of these cars if they turned them all into electric with 2 electricity points, and then the next village, which is about like 2 miles, 3 miles away, maybe a bit more, but anyway, say 5 at the most, and it's got 2 electric points as well, and both of them are actually not working. So very funny. How will that end then? Let me know. What do you think? Anyway, your opinion, just all. Doesn't matter. No one's, we're all good friends in here. What was that? What was that one? Let's go back and see if I can see that one. Okay. They don't matter. But basically what we need to do is to make sort out a call, and we can do like a chat, and it won't be one. We'll have to do like a series and everything like that, you know. Well, there's one way of putting it. That would be good, you know, if you wanted to short it. There'll definitely be somebody that will be involved in the government that will be getting that ready. Okay. I can't stay on for too much longer. This is good. I'm enjoying this, but I do have got like calls that I have to get involved in, unfortunately. He certainly did, didn't he? And other things as well, which were far more evil than that. Okay. No problem. I do believe though. I mean, they will fly. I don't. What do you think? What do you think? Just an opinion. I mean, because we've all just got opinions, but I think that it'll go crazy. I really do. Well, all you got to do there, right, is look at and you can't help but see it, you know, on the Tartarian Empire and everything. And you can see even when I go into the next town, go into a town there. It's not a big town, right? And you can see they've got the roofs that would have had the aerials for bringing in the power from the ether, which is why, okay, the pylons are that huge, because they're not bloody conducting electricity. They're bringing it in, man. They're bringing it in. Right. I watched. Uh, it was when we first got locked down, so probably 2020, and they brought up these huge cables on the beach, huge cables on the beach, and then tied it underneath the beach. And I'm talking about like the width of a body, a normal body, right? Massive, and that's what's connecting all of the cables and electricity and all of this satellites. My ass got satelloons is what you have. Mm-hmm. Show you that one as well, because totally agree. There you go, exactly that, and the same with that one. 100%. You can't help it. You can't help it. It's smashing you over the head. Well, look, we've got another one from Quebec and Canada. Lovely, brilliant. Hello there and welcome, and thank you for coming along. We're just talking about, like, you know, like some other people that we've got in Canada. How are you doing over there anyway? What's it like right now? How's how's Castro getting on? Castro's son. What's he up to lately? They're all nuts, aren't they? Oh, yeah. How long? What does that say? How long roughly does it take to set a trust up with applying and doing the other stuff? Depends what the other stuff is you mean. You can again you could literally create your own trust with a few hours. You know, if what you mean is you wanted us to create it for you, then I can create it for you within a matter of like, if I pushed it like within a week, you know, so you could have that done for you. I don't know what the other stuff is. Do you mean, I don't know, land registry stuff like that? Is that what you mean? Um, yeah, it looks like it as well. It looks like it. WEF Castro, I think we should call him. You know, WEF Castro. There you go. What an absolute nightmare. Okay, also like the link to the trust video. Do you mean like do you mean like for us to create a trust fee? Is that what you mean? Go on to, I'll tell you what to do. Email me at gold, Gold, like the precious metal. That's why it's called that, by the way. Gold for the precious metal. Gold at claimystrawman.com. Do that and send me an email, say what you want, and we'll chat together and we'll sort stuff out for you. Okay, that would probably be the best thing to do, you know. Yuck. Castro has to go to jail. Sure, definitely has. Okay, just the general setup. Is that about the trust? Is that what you mean? Like I say, best to email, and then I can send you in the right direction for everything. What's that saying? Divide and conquer, social divisions, construction, on false promise. Everything is, isn't it? Division goes away when the people believe in themselves and not in authority. Exactly. I've got a fantastic. I'm not going to go and search for it now. I've got a fantastic biblical verse, which is sort of because you ask for a king, you get the king, and then the king just ruins everything. It's a biblical thing, you know. Repeat the website. Which one? Which one did you want repeating, Joan? Fake meat scam, eating bugs. I mean, you know, again, I'm not being weird or anything, because everybody that knows, if you've got any kind of like sort of like history that you've watched me for a while, you'll know, right, that I was kind of born in a butcher shop. Okay, and my entire existence was like living it in the with a dad who was a butcher his entire life, right until the day they actually retired. Butcher. And I worked not for money, but like, you know, and like being a child, you know, going into abattoirs, slaughterhouses. I've seen everything that happens from start to finish. And there, I will not eat meat in any way whatsoever. Don't eat meat. Don't touch it. Don't want anything to do with it. Never touched dairy for like 30 odd years. You know, but I tell you what, if there was a choice of eating fake, this plant stuff, or real meat, I would be eating real meat. You know, I don't want to, but I wouldn't eat plant. Do you know why it's called plant-based? It's not because it's growing in the ground. What they mean is a plant as a factory. It's factory created. That's what the plant is. The plant is the factory, right? So when you go onto a construction site, I used to work in construction for a few years, went back in the 80s. And whenever there's a plant moving, means a massive big digger moving from one part of the site to the other. It's not a bit of grass. So when they say plant-based meat, they mean machine-made meat. right? So it's not just like fake, as in it's made out of what would you call it? Like less soybean, right? It's made in a factory, and it's probably made with something you truly never want to put in your mouth or your body. Okay. Yeah, that is the thing, you know. I mean, I still keep recommending books. We've been talking about books all day today as well on different calls. You know, this is one of the last ones I was talking about today. Contracts. You know, it's this is protection using contracts and equity. This is why I've got this. Right. Let's get this out of the way a second. This is why I got this, because we're talking about it. If you've seen this one, Brian A. Bloom or Bloom, don't know how to say that, but you know, that we're looking at that, talking about equity and contracts. You know, this is how you can actually start getting a better result when you're dealing with these entities, governments, officers, stuff like that. Okay. What is it you didn't know? Did you mean about the plant? Yeah, I mean, if that's what you do mean, then I'm telling you now, they're not talking about plant-based. Oh, it's a bit of grass or corn or growing. No, it's a plant. It was made in a plant by machinery. Machine is called plant, or plant is called machine, whatever one you want to look at it. So, you know, plant tire. There you go, right? Plant tire. Let's put that up. So plant tire. When you say, "Oh, I'm going to hire a plant," what does that mean? I'm going to hire a tree? No, you're going to hire a JCB digger. You're going to hire a tractor. You're going to hire a machine. It's plant hire, right? As in plant based. It's smacking you in the face. Boom, there you go. Plant based. What does that mean? It means it's probably full of like dead babies and chemicals, and is made in a factory somewhere, and that's it. Yeah, it's true though. It's true. You know, terrible. I like that bit as well. Put that bit in. He is. He's not even at that. I know you're just trying to be very polite, you know, but yeah, he's far worse than that. Little old Castro. Little Castro. So anyway, Joan, like whatever you want me to repeat, just you know, email me gold@claimystoreman.com. I'll put it on here actually. See if I can see. There you go. Website for the trusts. Okay, website for the trust for what? For you to learn how to do it? Right? For you to learn how to do it, or for us to do it for you? What do you mean by that one? Wouldn't an industrial plant produce rather than be the base? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, right? I'll explain this. Where have we got? Where have we got? I have to go. I've got a call now. But when we're talking about things, right? What you're talking about is language and the abuse of language. And the abuse of language comes in the form of dictionaries like Black's Law's Dictionary, 6th edition, right? Or go to Burton's Legal Thesaurus, 4th edition. This is where you'll start to learn the true meaning of what they're saying, not what the language is, because they are not talking English. Forget about what you believe that they are saying. They are not saying what you believe they are saying. They are not speaking English. The words, right, are different when you take in the legalese context of it. All right. So, you know, you have to look at it a different way. You have to study the etymology. You have to study the meaning of the actual phrase that they've created to make you think it's something else and it's not. They are not speaking English. All right, just bear that in mind. Okay, good point, by the way. I agree with you, and it is good. However, we know that they were lying, and they're lying by the language that they use because they put the words in meaning what they mean, not what you think they mean. Hello, Claire. I do not eat fish. No. I used to work in the Fishery Protection Squadron back in the 80s, back in the Royal Navy, very early, like sort of like, you know, showing how old I am. But, right, I used to see how all the fish were caught, how all the fish were treated, the same as I used to see how all the animals were treated and sorted and everything else like that. I have ate fish, and obviously I was a child growing up eating meat because it was easier for us to eat meat than anything else because it was cheaper for us because the dad was a butcher. Okay, if it makes sense. But no, I don't eat fish. I don't eat meat. I don't drink milk. You know, I eat a lot of fruit. Lately, I've had a lot of crisps, I have to admit. However, you know, I certainly don't eat meat or fish or, you know, anything like that. But it's like, so tonight, like we had like, what would you call it? You could call it if you used meat, like spaghetti bolognese, right? So we've had very similar, okay, but obviously the spaghetti's there, but it's trying to stay away from gluten on the spaghetti. But with the sauce, let's call it, then it's not like meat, obviously, or anything like that. And it's not corn, Dorian. I would never touch the stuff because again. But what we do is we take vegetables, and I mean real vegetables, and when I'm saying we, I don't mean me. Unfortunately, I have other jobs to do. So Janine does all of the cooking. I'm not being misogynistic or sexist or any way. It's just that, you know, we've got different jobs, so it's busy. But right, it would be a mixture of let's just say vegetables of broccoli and what do you call it? The white stuff, walnuts, and what's the white stuff? Just tell me. Cauliflower. And all of that would be like put in through a blender and created, and then that goes into the sauce. And walnuts, it's all good for you. It's got protein in, it's got your nutrients, your vitamins in, and everything like that. So, well, yeah, cauliflower, I just couldn't get it, Matthew. It just left me head. But you know, and that's how that vegetables would replace meat or fish or things like that. And I have been like experimenting and growing giant mushrooms. Did you see any of the videos or pictures of the lion's mane mushrooms that I grew? You know, and I've just got some more packs coming in, and now they are button mushrooms, I think, brown ones and white ones, because I just wanted to do something different. I've always wanted to grow my own mushrooms. It's one of my favorite foods. and mixed in with all your other vegetables, you're going to get everything that you need, all your nutrients, all of your vitamins and minerals. And your body does know how to look after itself. Your body is the miracle of miracles. Your body will create the things that it needs, you know. So yeah, Dorian said it as well. An app you got to scan products for harmful additives, like what products? Like do they do that? What when you say what products? You obviously mean some type of food, you know. What's that say? Some say comprehend instead of understand, but the definition of comprehend includes understanding. Apprehend would be synonymous with understand. Okay, again, all of it. A lot of people say understand. You know, you've just got to get into the etymology and anything. The main thing is, why would you ever say understand? If like in the context of what you're saying though, Matthew, is what I mean. So let's clarify that. So when you're saying, oh look, go and stand over there and like go dig up that road. Do you understand? And yeah, I'm gonna go and dig up that road. You understand? See, but when a clown in a costume comes and asks you a question, you should never answer it. You should answer it with a question. You should never speak to them. Okay, but the word understand, whenever they say understand, then I would never be speaking to them, because silence is golden. We all have the right to remain silent. The problem is most people don't have the ability. Okay, quick, I want to put this on. Supermarket products, bottled jars, tin. We don't do them anyway, so I wouldn't need that. Okay, there you go. You do have pesticides and herbicides. However, I mean, and we try to grow our own. We're very small, and we're getting there little bit by little bit. However, right, when you do buy vegetables, we try to buy it from different places, but you can actually like go in and use white vinegar with water, or bicarbonate with water, and that will get rid of a lot of, not everything. You're never going to get rid of everything anyway. They're spraying you above as well, but you're trying to get rid of as much as possible. Pesticides and herbicides certainly is, absolutely certainly is, you know. Look at that, man. So truly, if I am eating like vegetables and stuff like that, so that I'm making myself ill, am I? All right, go for it, mate. Go for it. Yes, I have. Actually, I've got it right here as well. Can't find it. I've got a couple like that. Yeah, I've got a couple like that because it's really interesting. But there's the other one as well. Yeah, well into that. So funny. Anyway, it is. I'm gonna get into so much trouble. So I have to go and chat about this court case. Okay. That's a comment there for Mike. But I am definitely a fan of his. Yes, 100%, 100%. And that's what we try to do. Very much so. We try to do a couple around here that we go to, and that's what we try and do. I'm lucky though, and I know that I'm lucky because of you know, different places where other people live, and that's the way it is. Okay. That is absolutely fantastic. We've got yeah, we follow Barbara O'Neill. Definitely, absolutely, definitely. Okay. But I do have to shoot. All right. So I'm gonna get into lots of trouble. I'm very late. But yeah, I tell you what, no, it's been very nice talking to everyone. It's absolutely great. So thank you everyone. All right. I really enjoyed it. And I just thought I'd pop on anyway live and have a bit chat. But what you've actually come back with and had a chat about with and comments with has been fantastic. So thank you very much to all of you for doing that. But I will have to shoot off and go and speak to someone else. All right. But you all take care. All right. And right, see you later, Claire. See you later, everybody. And we will have a good chat soon. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Try and do it again next week as well. All right. Okay, take care. Let's switch this one off. How do I do with that? Hide that current comment. All right, you all take care. Thank you so much. And see you next time.